Hello. In this video, I'm going to be talking about complements and probability. And what a complement is, so the complement of an event is the event not happening. So this can be for anything, all right? If your event is rolling a 5, the complement is not rolling a 5. So just kind of adding not or didn't or whatever word you need to into a sentence. If the event is flipping ahead, the complement is not flipping ahead, okay? And the way that we write this is the complement of A is A prime, okay? So nothing fancy. And what's cool about this is that we know that the complement and the event make up all possible outcomes, because either something happens or it doesn't happen. This isn't quantum physics, so we know that A plus A prime equals 1, all right? And because we know that, we can answer questions. So number 1, suppose the probability of guessing the correct answer on a question is 0.25. What is the probability that you do not guess the correct answer? Well, we know that 0.25 plus A prime equals 1. If we subtract 0.25 on both sides, then we get A prime equals 0.75, okay? So, and it makes sense, right? If you have a 25% chance of getting a question right, you have a 75% chance of getting a question wrong. So what we just did right here by subtracting that over, we actually can call that the rule of subtraction. So A prime would be 1 minus 0.25, okay? And so we have a couple more examples. Number 2, there are 5 red stones, 6 blue, 8 green, 10 yellow. What is the probability you pull a stone that's not blue? Well, there's 29 stones, okay? 6 of them are blue. So if we do 29 minus 6, that's 23. So the probability of pulling a stone that's not blue would be 23 out of 29. So now 2 hard ones, all right, and then we're done. I'm not going to kind of walk you like around in circles on this. I'm just going to kind of tell you how to do it, okay? You roll a dice 5 times. What's the probability you get a 1 at least once? Whenever you see at least once, that makes things really complicated, and you actually have to go in a backwards way of doing it. We're going to answer the question, what's the probability of getting no ones, okay? The complement of this situation. So if we roll a dice, the probability of not getting a 1 is 5 out of 6. If we roll the second dice, the probability of not getting a 1 is 5 out of 6. So we're finding the probability of not getting a 1 on all 5 dice. And if we multiply all that together, then we get our answer. Now, I want to condense this a little bit, so I'm actually going to rewrite it with an exponent, and that'd be 5 out of 6 to the 5th power. So that's the probability that I roll 5 dice and I don't get a 1 on every single dice, right? That's an and problem. And this actually equals 0.40, which is about 40%. So the probability of not getting a 1 is 40%. So then what is the probability of getting a 1? Well, 1 minus 0.4 equals 0.6, so about 60%. So you have about a 60% chance of getting a 1. So this is what you have to do on any of these problems that asking you, over a bunch of times, what's the probability of doing it at least once, okay? So we're going to look at another one. It says the probability of winning the grand prize on a scratch-off is 0.0025. So the probability of winning is 0.0025. That's about 0.25% or less than 1%. So the probability of losing would be 0.9975, right? Just subtract it from 1. So we've got 1,000 scratch-offs, all right? So the probability that we lose every single time is 0.9975 to the 1,000th power, okay? And so that actually equals 0.08 or about 8%, okay? So you got about an 8% chance of losing every single time. So the complement of that, the probability of winning, is about 1 minus 0.08, which is about 0.92 or 92%, okay? So you got 92% chance of winning if you get 1,000 tickets, which is a lot. So hopefully these last 2 problems, seeing it twice, made sense. We did literally the exact same thing on both problems, okay? You find the probability of your event not happening every time, and then the complement of that is the probability that it does happen. So if you have any questions, let me know. I went through this kind of fast, but hopefully it made sense to you. And have a great day.